The Miami Dolphins have officially filled out their practice squad. So I'm going to talk about the other 8 that were added yesterday. I got a little bit of a tidbit about Dan Marino, Dan the man. And we're going to look at ESPN's top 100 players of the 2023 season. It's going to be a good one. Sit back, grab some popcorn. It might be early in the morning. Grab a cup of coffee. Depending on when you're watching this. Grab a snack. Let's go. What is up, Finn fans? We are so very close to the start of the season. Thursday, we get kickoff. Kansas City versus Detroit. I think that's going to be a fantastic game. And then Sunday, 4:25, almost at 1 o'clock. Miami Dolphins not hosting. God, Doug, what is... Miami Dolphins heading to LA to face the Chargers. Now, I hope that game's nationally televised. I feel like it should be. There's not great 4 o'clock games, and I think that's a really good one. So maybe it'll be nationally televised. We can all watch it. I don't know, but I'll be live for it. So before we jump into this video, like I said, I got 3 things I want to talk about. I want to give you guys an update on the Fantasy Football League. There's not going to be a Fantasy Football League this year. I do apologize. I just got a lot on my plate. I'm trying to make the channel so much better for you guys. I'm trying to add new content, nice backgrounds, all that stuff. I'm really trying to spruce this up for you guys this season. So no Fantasy Football League this year, but I am still doing the Pigskin Pick'ems on ESPN. I'll have the link in the description. Sign up. I'll remind you guys before the start of the season, sign up, and the winner's going to get a prize from me. What it is, I don't know yet, but essentially all you're going to do is you're going to pick the game straight up. I could do the spread, but I want everyone to be able to play. I don't feel like everyone would understand the spread, so it's just going to be a straight pick. Who you think is going to win every week, and at the end of the season, whoever is in first place is going to win a nice prize. I might do like the top 3. I don't know, but I'm still doing something for you guys, so we're going to do the Pigskin Pick'em again this year, and I'll keep you guys updated on who the top 5 is every Wednesday when I do the picks. So that's the update I got for you guys. So we rounded out the practice squad. We added another 8 in tight end Nick Bowers, running back Darton Evans. I talked to you guys about him the other day. I kind of showed you that video of him running against the Chicago Bears. Offensive lineman Chasen Hines, safety Joshua Kalu, defensive tackle Rashard Lawrence, offensive tackle James Tunstall comes back, wide receiver Rely Webb, and finally this one intrigues me, defensive end Chase Winovich. I wanted the Dolphins to draft Chase Winovich in the 2019 draft. He went to the New England Patriots in the 3rd round. I was so upset, but I wanted the Dolphins to draft Chase Winovich. And the fact that we brought him in on the practice squad, I hope he can develop into something. I hope with the change of scenery, he can, become that guy I wanted the Dolphins to draft in 2019. But Chase Winovich being able to come to the Miami Dolphins practice squad, I really like that one. So the Dolphins have their practice squad all together, those 8, and then the other 8 that they addressed or added on Wednesday, which is Ethan Bonner, Randy Charlton, Tanner Connor, Cameron Goodey, Deshaun Hand, AJ Johnson, Braylon Sanders, and Alma Olave. So we got our 16, 6 are essentially vets. When you look at A.J. Johnson, Deshaun Hand, Tanner Connor, I don't think he's considered. And then Chase Winovich. I think Rashard Lawrence is also a vet. I think that might be your 6th there. But yeah, that's your practice squad. Some surprising pickups there. I think are very interesting. Now we go into the second thing I wanted to talk about in today's video, and that is quarterback Hall of Famer, all-time great, multiple Super Bowl rings, almost did it with the Kansas City Chiefs. Do you know who I'm talking about? That is Joe Montana. Joe Montana told TMZ he thinks Dan Marino is the greatest quarterback of all time. This is what he said. He said, put Dan Marino in today's game where he gets free release and his receivers, holy cow, weren't very big. Now these guys are 6'4", 6'5". I think Marino's probably one of the best unsung heroes of the game. People don't talk enough about him and realize the numbers that he put up during the time that he put them up. He had a quick release. I had to step into a lot of things to get enough force on the ball. He had the perfect torque, his upper body and strength to deliver the ball quickly at fast releases with accuracy. Again, people knock Tua Tagovailoa because he doesn't have a great arm strength. Neither did Dan Marino. The man literally just said himself he used to have to step up into his throws to get the torque on it, whereas Dan Marino had a rocket arm, barely had to move. So the fact that, a Hall of Famer, all-time great, can recognize the fact that Dan Marino, to him, is the greatest quarterback of all time, he did so much with so little. He still had, the Marx brothers, and he still had here and there, but he never really had a defense. He never really had a run game, and he was consistently just torching defenses when there was no 5-yard cushion. Like Joe Montana said, the free release is something new. All of these things that, the quarterbacks, the Brady rule, you can't touch them, you can't smack him in the helmet, all of these things. Now, if Marino's playing, he'd be throwing for 6,000, 7,000 passing yards. I might be over-exaggerating a little bit, but come on. So, do I disagree with Joe Montana? No. Dan Marino's the greatest of all time. I don't care what Tom Brady did. So now we're going to go to ESPN. They ranked their 2023 NFL rank predicting the top 100 players. So there is essentially... I'm going to minimize myself. We're going to look at it together. But essentially, they give an explanation of what's going on. So the 2023 season will kick off on September 7th. What that means is time for our annual ranking of the top 100 players we can expect, yada, yada. To create our list, we asked our panel of a dozen of ESPN's NFL experts to rate players based on performance expectation for 2023 season as compared with their peers. Emphasis was placed solely on the upcoming season and predicting potential greatness rather than past performances, career resumes, and potential values. That means long-term injuries and suspensions played a part, which is why Jalen Ramsey, for instance, is missing, because he's going to miss at least 9 games, I'm going to say. Again, I think he's coming back after the bye. And for those ratings, we were able to rank the best of the best 1 to 100. So we're going to look at this. Again, this isn't like the top 100 where, they looked at kind of their career. They asked the NFL players, but, they always looked at their career, because a lot of times J.J. Watt made the top 100, even though, like, the seasons he made it, he played like 5 games, but he still made it because it's J.J. Watt. It's kind of like a Pro Bowl. Like the fact that Xavier Howard made the Pro Bowl, even though he had a garbage year, and he even said that, it's because he's Xavier Howard. This is different. They're not looking at their resume. They're not looking at this is all of the analysts and all of the experts and everything put together a top 100 when it comes to where they're at and what their expectation is of 2023. Oh, I really quickly scrolled down, and we're going to go from 100 up, and we're going to see what Dolphins are where and go from there. So 100 is Trevon Diggs, Stefan's brother. Signature stat, Diggs is one of the 2 players to have at least 15 interceptions and multiple defensive touchdowns over the past season. The other one, Xavier Howard. DJ Moore, 99. Christian Wilkins, first one off the bat. Defensive tackle Christian Wilkins. The Dolphins captain is one of the league's preferred run defenders. His sack numbers leave a little something to be desired, but Wilkins has a nose for the ball and always seems to be in the vicinity when a play is made. He wants a new contract before the start of the season. It did not participate in team drills. Again, this was made like last week. So the ball is now in the Dolphins' court. Signature stat, Wilkins has a 40.8% run stop win rate since entering the NFL in 2019. That's the highest among defensive linemen in that span. What they're saying is Christian Wilkins is a dog. We need him. We need him to win. There's no question. So he knows he knows what he needs to be ready to be prepared, and he practices and plays hard. And anybody I've ever seen, you'll never worry about guys like him. We need him. I was from Teron Armstead. His 2023 projection is 88 tackles and 5 sacks. If that's what he gets, I don't see him getting the huge contract he wants. Again, they made a point to bring it out and saying he's a premier run defender. But his sack numbers leave a little to something to desire. Again, we already talked about all this. I'm not going to overhash it, but I'm very happy he made their top 100. Von Miller, 97. Matt Judon, Joe Thuney, Kirk Cousins, Marlon Humphrey, Derrick Henry, Jared Goff, Tyler Kroft, Calvin Ridley. Again, I haven't seen this list. 88, Austin Eckler, Rashawn Slater, Kevon Thibodeau. I was like, I know how to pronounce that. Matt Milano. Boom, 84. Javon Holland made the list. He didn't make the list in 2022. Holland is one of those players who probably isn't as widely known as he should be. I agree. But he could become a household name this season. Safeties have a history of making gains under Vic Fangio, including Justin Simmons, Eddie Jackson, and the ball hawking Holland could be next in line. That's Marcel Louis-Jacques. Holland is one of the 4 players with 4 interceptions and 4 sacks over the past 2 seasons. Derwin James, Roquan Smith, and L'Jarius Sneed. Those are some good names to be a part of. He's been very impressive. He's another guy that I really liked in the draft this year. He came out, and he hasn't disappointed one bit. I think he's hell of a player and should get better and better every day, every year. That's from Fangio himself. Their projection is 93 tackles, 1 sacks, 3 interceptions. I've heard that Fangio's favorite players in this defense is Javon Holland, Jalen Phillips, and Christian Wilkins. That's what I heard. Those are his 3 guys, and that's why Christian Wilkins, when people called about a trade, they were like, because Fangio wants him, we're not doing it. A.J. Terrell, 83. Rick Woolen. Donnell Hunter, Creed Humphrey. I wanted Creed Humphrey in the draft. I'm so mad they didn't get him. Joel Bettino, Marshawn Lattimore, Jason Kelsey, Mike Evans, 76. Eric Armstead, 75. Boom. Got another one on that list. Teron Armstead, 69 last year, went down a little bit. He immediately stabilizes a middling offensive line en route to another Pro Bowl selection last season. Even a decade into his career, Armstead is clearly one of the best offensive linemen in the league when healthy. That phrase. After an off-season knee surgery kept him out of spring practice. Armstead's injured his right leg during joint practice with the Texans this summer, but he plans to be ready for week 1. I hope and pray. Signature stat, Armstead has reached 4 Pro Bowls over the past 5 seasons. Again, I don't really look much into Pro Bowls. He's a vet. Every time he's around, you feel his presence. He's always talking. He's always giving advice. He's another guy that if you need something and you ask him, he's going to tell you, and he's going to be completely honest. He's going to give you every tool that you need to be great because he's a great player and an awesome player. That is from Jeff Wilson Jr., the running back. Ryan Ramczyk. Panay Sewell, that's a great picture. It's just face and hair. Darius Slay, Darren Payne, again, another guy who got paid. What is their projection? 7 sacks for him. Justin Simmons, Tre'Davious White, Aiden Hutchin, Orlando Brown Jr. Supposedly, he said that it was between the Jets and the Bengals, and the Jets were going to pay Orlando Brown more money, but he decided to go to the Bengals because of Joe Burrow. Josh Jacobs, that's a good running back, still with the team. Jonathan Allen, Chris Olave, DeForest Buckner, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Derwin James Jr., T. Higgins, Jeffrey Simmons, another guy who got paid. They project him at 7 sacks. Devontae Smith, Andrew Thomas, Roquan Smith, Brian Burns, Trey Hendrickson, DK Metcalf, Tristan Wirfs, should have been a Dolphin. And boom, number 50, Jalen Waddle. Waddle is nobody's second option. Tell that to Pat McAfee. He set career highs with 1,356 receiving yards, 8 touchdowns last season, marking 2 straight years of 1,000 yards season to begin his NFL career. Playing opposite Tyreek Hill opens things up for him, but make no mistake, Waddle is one of the best receivers in the league. I agree. Waddle finished 10th among all players in yards after catch with 537 in 2022, but was first in yak over expectation with 212. When he gets the ball in his hands, he's gone. He's got that mindset. Once he's got the ball in his hands, he's taking it to the house. It's something you see quite a bit. He's done an amazing job across the board, and that is from our receiving coach, Wes Welker. They think he's going to go down a little bit. 83 receptions, 1,085 receiving yards, 65 touchdowns, and 25 rushing yards. I hope more than that. Laramie Tunsil, 49. Dexter Lawrence, another man who got paid, 48. Mark Andrews, 47. Boom, Xavier Howard, 46. He was 29 last year. Well, going into last year. Howard's a Pro Bowl again in 2022, although soft tissue injuries hampered his play. Now fully healthy, Howard is set to remind any non-believers that he's still the number one quarterback in the league. The longest tenured current Dolphin player will find himself in a familiar role during his first part of the season with Jalen Ramsey sidelined and a rotation of corners on the other side of him. I gotta break my heart, Marcel. Stat: Howard leads the NFL interceptions since entering the league in 2016 with 28. That 10 interception year definitely helped that stat. It didn't take long being here to understand what he means for the rest of the players. There's something to be said about when you do something at an elite level, you get notoriety from it. And then you continue to do it. People don't really have the opinion to show up and say, maybe I don't feel like being good today. That is from Coach Mike McDaniel. They think you think Xavier Howard's only going to get 2 interceptions. Did he have more than that last year? Boom, right behind him, Tua Tagovailoa, number 45. He wasn't ranked last year. Tua, I'm just going to say Tua, or no, screw it, I'll say Tagovailoa enters another season of uncertainty, but not because of his play. Agreed. The 4th-year quarterback proved last season he can play at an MVP level in this offense. Well, some people still don't believe that, but hey, what do we know? The only question remains is whether he can hold up for 17-game season, which he has been unable to do for his first 3 years in the Dolphins. He is in the 2nd year of the same offense for the first time in his career, dating back to high school, and his teammates say the difference in his command of the offense is noticeable. Signature stats: Tua has the highest total QBR, 99, and completion percentage, 54%, on passes of 20-plus yards down the field in 2022. But he sucks. Last year, he was a great leader. This year, you can see the confidence keeps growing. He's just taking control of the whole offense, of the whole team. He's making sure guys respect him, and we've been respecting him. That's from Robert Jones. Their projection is 3,918 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, and 2 rushing touchdowns. I will tell you guys about my expectations of Tua next week. I have so many videos planned for you guys, and I just realized that I have videos planned, but then also next week I have to start my week of the season with the picks and with the preview, and you're getting videos this weekend. That's the only way I can fit everything in. Debo, 44, Garrett Wilson, 43, Lane Johnson, 42, Hassan Reddick, 41, supposedly, no, not him. I was like, supposedly he's going to get traded. Quentin Williams, 40, Saquon, 39, Dak, 38, Minka, 37, Terry McLaurin, 36, Max Crosby, 35, I'm getting cotton mouth, Pat Surtain, 34, CD Lamb. Every time I say his name, I have to consciously tell myself not to finish the phrase I want to when I say CD. I have to say Lamb. Javon Hargraves, 32, Zach Martin, 31, George Kittle, 30, Aaron Rodgers, 29, Trevor Lawrence, 28, Chris Jones, 27, Nick Chubb, 26. Nick Chubb, to me, should be higher. Cooper Kupp, 25, Jari Alexander. I can say the names. It's just, it's lot going on in my dyslexic brain. Fred Warner, 23. Devontae Adams, 22. Stephon Diggs, 21. Lamar Jackson, 20. A.J. Brown, 19. Trent Williams, 18. There's a huge, I haven't said a Dolphin in a hot minute. There we go. 16 is Tyreek Hill. I was about to say, I haven't said a Dolphin in a hot minute. Hill set a career high in catches with 119 and receiving yards in 1,710. In his first career with the Miami Dolphins. Remarkably, Hill said he didn't even fully grasp the Dolphins' offense last season, getting by mainly on instinct, route running ability, and speed. He is aiming for 2,000 yards in 2023, and if everyone remains healthy, it might not be so outlandish of a goal. Hill led the league with 3.3 yards per route last season. He was the only player over 3 yards. What are they saying? He's definitely one of the most athletic athletes in the whole world. Every day going against him is going to make everybody better. And that's from Eli Apple. And him and Eli Apple had a little spat. And the fact that they're back at it and friends somewhat, it's cool. 104 receptions, 1,346 yards, 8 touchdowns, 1 rushing touchdown. People still get bothered over the 2,000 yards. Set those expectations, my man. TJ Watt, Sauce Gardner, Myles Garrett, Travis Kelce, Justin Herbert, Christian McCaffrey, Nick Bosa, Aaron Donald, Josh Allen, Micah Parsons, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts, Justin Jefferson, and Patty Mahomes. So the Dolphins had a good amount of players on here. And, there's high expectations from not only a fan point of view, but, some people, even like Chris Sims, have the Dolphins winning the division, all that good stuff. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be a little crazy to see what happens. But comment below. Let me know what you guys think. What do you think about the additions, the final practice squad? What do you think about Joe Montana? I can't say his name and not put a little jersey on it. You know what I'm saying? Joe Montana. Thinking Dan Marino is the greatest quarterback of all time. And what's your thoughts on having, I think we had seven Dolphins on here? I noticed Jalen Phillips wasn't on there. What the flip is up with that? You mother flippers. Comment below. Let me know what you think of that. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what is going to be entailed in my brain socket. I still have to do Tua's expectations for 2023, Mike McDaniel expectations for 2023, the defensive expectations of 2023. I still have to do my picks and areas that need to step up for the season. I have 5 videos I need to do before Wednesday's pick video. So you're getting videos all week. I'm not taking a break. Hopefully I don't lose my voice. I love you guys. Hit the subscribe button, especially if you got this far in the video and you heard my little spiel. Tomorrow is going to be Tua's expectation video. Sunday is going to be Mike McDaniel video. Monday, I'm going to make my picks on the year. Tuesday, I'm going to talk about areas of need. I might have to double it up. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put Tua expectation and I'm going to put Miami Dolphins expectation, 2023 expectation. I'm going to put those in one video. Then you get picks and then you get area of needs. So I took 2 of them and put them together. You're going to get 4 videos because it's not even like I'm slacking. I can't even sit here and be like, I'm slacking. I'm sorry, guys. I took a few days off. I've been giving you like 2 videos a day lately. So love you guys and girls. Hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to be working because I got a lot to do. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like usual, stay classy. Fins up.